Hello and welcome back to the shop. Today I want to demonstrate one of the features of the grippers I make, and that is their strength. Of course, I originally developed them to eliminate run out, and they do that nicely, but they also offer other benefits, and I'm going to show that here. What I want to do with this bowl, it's a nice short bowl with a nice rim. What I want to do is make a crown section of contrasting wood that will rise up maybe about like that, be hollow on the inside, and there'll be a contrasting wood that's all pierced so you can see through it. And to do that, I'm going to make it out of a piece of maple. This is rough sawn maple right from a log, and I cut the blank on the bandsaw, so the edge is not perfect, but it's close to round. And I'm going to put a 3 1/4 inch Forstner bit through the center. And of course, to do that, you got to hold it pretty well. Now, when you run a Forstner bit through a piece of wood, you want to back it up so it doesn't splinter out too terribly. And as I've told you before with the grippers, you want to raise it up off the face of the cold jaws to clear this bottom flange. So to do that, and to also protect the cold jaws from the Forstner bit when you punch through, I cut a piece of fiberboard to go and be captured by the grippers and the piece of wood. And I cut it to size by putting the grippers in the proper location to hold this piece, and then cutting it appropriately so I can still have some range of jaw motion to grip this. So let's put this down. And it's not flat because, again, it's cut right from the log, but it's close enough. And we're going to crank these grippers down. We're going to cramp it down pretty hard. There we go. And just to help the chuck out, we hit both pinions. So now it's held in place, and that will hold this for drilling the hole, but also, since it clears the grippers, I'm also going to be able to face off the blank for the next operation. So now, let's go to the lathe and drill the hole and face it off. Okay, here we are, ready to go to town on this, and we're mounted. I think you can see that that's not a particularly even running blank right now. It's warped, of course, but it's going to do the purpose that we need. So there we go with the Forstner bit. Let's drill a hole in this thing. And we don't have to go very fast. And let's proceed. And I think we're through. Yes, indeed. And get this out of the way. And we're looking good. See, we hit the sacrificial piece behind it. And we got the hole. Now, while we have it in place, let's face it off so we can have that smooth surface we want for the following steps. Get my face mask on here. And let's use the Thompson tool. Speed it up a bit. Let's see how flat we really are. It's not too bad. You see I've still got a little rough spot there. And let's just go to the next step and take that out too. And you got the lid of that. And now, we're ready for the next step, which means that we're going to go back to the bench. Well, as luck would have it, the video I shot when I walked to the bench from the lathe got lost. But I can show you what I showed in that video anyway, by running you through the details here. If you recall, we had the cold jaws on the chuck, and we had this piece of fiberboard on them, which you see has done a nice job of accepting all the grief from the Forstner bit when it popped through. And because of that, there was almost no tear out of the hole in the from the Forstner bit. So that meant clean up on the other side was going to be a little easier. Then we took the jaws off, and we took 4 of these grippers off and mounted them directly on the chuck. The reason I did that was on the cold jaws, even if I mounted the grippers on the furthest inside holes, because of the size of this hole here, it still would not allow them to go through. But using 4 of them on the chuck works just as well. And again, you can't put this right down on the face of the chuck, because if you do, you'll again hit those flanges that are on the bottom of the gripper. So you just put 4 or 3 or 4, whatever you want, pieces of wood on the chuck face that are all equal. And you set this down on there and tighten up the chuck on the inside hole grip, and that's what we did for the turning of the outer diameter in the face that you're going to see very shortly when I walk back to the lathe. So wanted to show you that, and now with the rest of the video. Okay. Now for the last step, this is, like I said, it's just to prepare the blank for what I'm going to do with it. But this is a good illustration of the strength of the grippers and also the process for doing this kind of work. So I think we'll, let's just make the outside true first. So we can have that ready. And then we'll do the face. Well, that's got it. Now, face it off. Yeah, a little more. Yeah, that's got it. Good enough. A little bit here I could, like I say, this is just preparation. I will make this into the shape and everything, and while I do that, anything left here will just go away, but at least now I know both sides are parallel and flat, true to each other, and the outside and the inside are concentric. And now I can do my measurements and make my future cuts. Thanks for watching.